Alright everybody, we're going to do this one ever so slightly differently. Instead of it just being a straight unboxing as it came out of the mail, unfortunately one of my kids decided to delete the video so she could make some space to record some Shopkins videos she wanted to make, and ended up losing the video. So what we've got right now is we have a already opened and have already been used for a couple of weeks camera that we're going to go back and redo the unboxing video for, so that way I can add it to the listing. So this is from SEREE, the HDV-S5 Full HD 1080p 30 frames per second camcorder. It's got a 24 megapixel resolution, macro mode, all kinds of great stuff, and it's sold by Sereer Technology. So I picked this up. Price was $118, I think, whenever I picked it up. And the reason why I wanted to get this is because this camera right here that you guys are watching this on always screws up the white balance. I can't seem to get it to work any better. It's simply a point and shoot camera. It's not really a camcorder at all, and I thought maybe it's about time that I go ahead and upgrade into a camcorder, something that I have a little bit better control over. After reading a ton of reviews about it, watching a bunch of videos and video reviews and active videos of this, I went ahead and picked it up because as far as the price point, it is the cheapest thing that you can get at this quality level. So we're going to go ahead and I'll show you kind of, I haven't really used a lot of this stuff, so I'll kind of just show you what came in the box that has been unopened so far. We do have the case for the camcorder, and this is what it's actually in whenever you get it. And this is a pretty handy little camcorder case. Just protects the outside from getting banged around in any other bags or anything like that. You've got your USB charger, and here's your USB cable for it. This is a mini USB, which we've all got a million of these things laying around. This is not the micro USB, which is what you're probably using on your newer Android phones right now, but it's the mini USB. So it was the one right before what you've currently got. So I didn't even open this because, like I said, I got a million of those cables laying around. You've got your HDMI cable too as well. You've got some RCA cable, and you've got a remote. Haven't really used any of this stuff because the function of this camera for me, and this is the camera here, right here. Oh, and it also comes with the lens cap. The function of this camera for me is that it is going to replace this camera, and has been as far as my previous reviews. I actually had to bust this thing out for this re-unboxing. As far as camera quality, well, let's talk about the box a little bit real fast. This looks exactly like the Sony boxes. They use a lot of very similar theme and artwork on it, so you can tell they're trying to copy that high quality feel that they get from that. Now, you are getting a much cheaper camera. This is much more inexpensive. $118 is pennies compared to what we paid for my last Sony camera. I think it was like $380 for a Handycam, and you are going to notice some features that are different. So I do want to point out that you do get what you pay for when you buy a $400 camcorder. Do not expect to get the same type of quality as you do out of a $100 camcorder. A $100 camcorder fits my budget and my needs, and that's why I went with this right now. And I'm very happy with this. So first thing, it's got a flip out. Oh yeah, and I got the battery charged up too. So the battery is already plugged in. It is a little difficult to slide in. You know, there's this little button that locks it in. And when you get it, you put the battery in here somehow, and you really have to kind of force it a little bit farther than you think to get it all the way up there. And then once you've got it up there, that little switch flips over there and locks it in. It's got the fold-out camera or view screen, which is really important to me because right now I can't see what's on the lens, so I don't know if I'm actually pointing the camera in the right direction. I mean, I do because I've done this hundreds of times, but the reason why I got this is so that way I could rotate this around and I can actually see the picture that I'm shooting, so I can hold things at the right angle and tell what the picture quality is for it. This microphone, I believe this is the microphone and not this, but it is really sensitive. Right now I've got an empty house, but the first time I recorded this video, I had the kids in their rooms, way down on the other end of the house, in their room with the door closed, and I could hear them playing on this. So it's a really sensitive microphone. It really picks up sound very well. It is a digital zoom only, and it does go to a 16x digital zoom. There's a spot on here whenever you are zooming. You know what, and let me just go ahead and turn it on. there's a spot here when you are zooming that it kind of gets to, it stops at like that midpoint, and once you get past that, the quality does go down quite a bit. And again, we're talking about a digital zoom, we're not talking about an optical zoom. So what you're going to run into is the the quality that you get there. It's just a blown up image of what you're already seeing. So you can only shoot the quality from where you are. If you had an optical zoom, zoom in a little bit closer. This doesn't have it. You can buy an attached widescreen lens, and I'm pretty sure you can probably get some type of a telephoto lens or zoom lens if you wanted to as well. But I'm sure that Sereee Technology sells an attachable widescreen macro, or a widescreen lens as well, which I may end up picking up because it looked kind of interesting. Whenever you're holding this thing, it's very lightweight. You put it onto this. Whoa! You put it onto this hand strap, and it doesn't weigh anything. So you could actually take this around anywhere you needed to just record some quick videos. So this isn't going to be something that you're going to be recording, like kids' soccer games or something from far away, just because you don't have that zoom capability on it as far as like an optical zoom. But it's great for something like this, doing some YouTube videos that you're posting up, anything that's going to be like in close range. You're going to have a good quality, and it's going to show up pretty good. This thing is lightweight. We're going to go ahead and weigh it real fast. I want to show you how much it weighs with the battery on it. 11.2 ounces. So that is a really lightweight device. This isn't very heavy at all compared to my Handycam, which is much heavier. This is okay. And so you've also got this universal tripod adapter mount on it, which is handy. Underneath here, you flip this little thing up, and this is where you insert your SD card, which is not included, by the way. Here I've just got an adapter with an 8GB card, and this is a little tricky. There's a little divot right here, and if you're an idiot like me, you don't really notice this at first, but whenever you push this in, the card doesn't go all the way down. So you have to actually use the little divot to push the card all the way in. Don't be a dummy like me and sit here and go get a fork to try to poke it down. Alright, so same thing whenever you're taking it out, push your finger right into the little divot, and that's how you're going to get the thing out. Inside here, you have this fold down input-output port door, and I like the fold-down door way better than the Sony alternative, where they have that little, you pull it out and it's attached to plastic. It's like a plastic hinge. It sucks. It breaks all the time. It bends. It doesn't go back in the correct way, the way you want it to. So this fold-down door is 100 times better now. I really like that. You've got your HDMI, you've got your RCA, or 2.5 millimeter, whatever you want to call it. And then you've also got your USB, and that's where you charge the device from. When you plug it in for charging, this will turn different colors to indicate that it is charging or fully charged. And then you've also got this right here that tells you it's busy. So that, I don't know. I guess that just means it's on. Up here on the top, you've got a mode button. This allows you to switch between video record, taking still pictures, and then if you had images on file, you'd be able to view your images that were on file as well, but I don't have any images on that SD card. On top here, when you're in the picture taking mode, this is the button you push to take a picture. These are the buttons you use to zoom. Anybody who has a camera probably already knows that. And then this button back here with the little red dot is the button you use to record your video. So it's pretty simple. There's really not a whole lot to it. Whenever you get in here, you've got your power button, you've got your menu button, and then the display button shuts off your we're going to turn it on again. It shuts off your display. Whenever you're in this menu, this is a very intuitive menu. There is not a lot to it that you're not going to be able to figure out. You push these buttons here. It's a touchscreen menu, so you want to scroll down and change some of your settings. This is how you do it. It's really simple. Whenever you're done, you can, or whenever you choose whatever you want to choose, you hit the button and you're good to go. It's an intuitive menu. There's not a ton of super complicated settings in this. So now talking about some of, and then the last feature up here is switching from regular mode to macro mode as far as your focus. So now I'm going to talk about some of the things that you want to expect with this camera. There is no autofocus on it. It's kind of set at that infinite focus. So if you want to focus on something close up, you switch to macro. If you want to focus on something far away, you switch to this one, and there is no autofocus. The camera is going to be at one set focus and stay at that focus all the time. You're not going to have a real depth of field or anything like that you're going to pick up with this camera. The microphone is awesome. I can't say it enough. It is a very sensitive microphone, and I can talk as loud or as quietly as I want, and I can be understood very easily. I don't have to do anything crazy to the volume. You know, it's got a flash, and honestly, I've never used it, so I don't know how well this works as far as like recording video. You know, maybe I'll try to test that out some. You know, now I'm just kind of realizing that it's not something I'd done any review for. But really, that's it. It is a simple recording device. This isn't something that you're gonna expect to pick up for or be able to compare to like a $400, $600 handy cam or something. So just keep that in mind. However, compared to a lot of the other $100 models that are out there, this one is superior in a lot of ways. Number one being that awesome microphone. I know there are some other models out there that really struggle. If you wanted to hear any type of you know, volume on it, you have to take the video later and increase the volume in some type of video editing software in order to get video out of it, and then you're going to have a lot of noise and bad stuff come along with it. This one does not have that type of a problem. The video quality is pretty good too, definitely compared to some of the other models out there. When it says 1080p high def, sometimes I wonder about that. It does have a really clear picture, and I know that 24 megapixels doesn't necessarily always mean that, you know, the higher number of megapixels the better. You know, but there is some issue I see whenever I'm looking at some of the videos that kind of make me wonder, you know, if it truly is a 1080p high definition video. Either way, it's better than a standard def. But I don't know that it quite hits 1080p. It might be in that 720p range. That might actually be the more appropriate number. But I'm not a professional videographer. I don't have any tools or any capability of actually testing that. That's merely the eye test. Me just looking at the video and trying to figure out, or just trying to explain, you know, what I'm seeing with it. Picture quality, still pictures come out pretty good too. I took a number of them last night, and took a couple videos too before when I've been doing some unboxings, and actually I still have the video that I used this when I did the unboxing for that. So I'm going to go ahead and put them all together on this one video so you'll be able to see the whole thing. Anyways, that's really about it. I know this is a really long video. I apologize about the length on it, but I wanted to go through all the features on this, and I'm really excited to have this. This is going to allow me to, I'm actually moving all this stuff out to the garage, and I've got kind of a nice setup out there for where I'm going to be doing my unboxing videos and stuff from now on. And with being able to rotate the screen here, I'm going to be able to mount the camera in a different spot, and hopefully be able to make a lot better videos. Plus, I really like the white balance on it. It's a lot better. The colors don't show up all yellow and orangey and stuff like they do with this one. I use soft lighting here. I use daylight out in the shop. I've tried using daylight in here, and it just has never worked out. So I've got a lot better control over the lighting out there, and I'm really happy to add this part to that. And heck, you know, once I get everything up, I'll probably actually start using this remote finally. So you know, maybe later I'll be able to tell you guys exactly how well this thing works. But at this point, it's not something I've really used because it's always been right in front of me, and I just hit the button.